All right. I'm 2 minutes late. I know. I wasn't even gonna do a stream today, but I was thinking of doing it uh tomorrow actually. So those that are new, welcome aboard. I'm your host and captain, the Rhino 49, and or some people like to call me Dr. Hino 419 or 419, whichever one fits best for you. So I'm just gonna relax today, y'all. Uh, I apologize if I made some of y'all worry with my previous previous video. Well, no, that video just came out today, huh? Yeah, sorry. It's been a long day, y'all. Work was tedious, and it's gonna get even more tedious next week. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm going to send a couple of links. Make sure I get this shared out to people. Oh my gosh, dude. How's everyone doing? Oh. Hey, Jonan. What's up, man? How you doing? Oh, did y'all hear about Saturday? I mean, for what's gonna be happening tomorrow on Saturday? It's supposed to be like having a pink moon or something like that tomorrow. So if I'm quiet for a bit, again, I'm sending out the links to places. Oh man. Oof. Okay, got that one out. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's gonna be interesting. I'm also gonna say that I'm kind of staying off social media. I'm gonna be staying off social media this weekend. The most you probably get from me is probably like a post or two, but that's it. Like, as in like just posting about the panels that I do daily. Well, that I upload daily. I mean, uh, I think about making this just an hour long. Knock on wood, but I'm thinking of making this an hour long stream. Oh my gosh. Just one thing I hate about doing is that I gotta just go on different sites, different places, and like, oh hey, look, I'm streaming now, y'all. But that's okay. For a just cause. Also, the thumbnails by Nefarious Watcher or Nef for short. So shout out to him. And of course, you could go see that video right now in my manga dub section playlist. I think this is playlist for I can't remember what the playlist is called, to be honest. All right, I think that's everybody. All right. Okay, so DMC, Nintendo, and a little bit more. I kind of like the new updates that StreamYard has with the showing off the not only just images, but also I could switch to this right here. Are you for real? Sorry, y'all. I go over here like this. I think that's pretty cool. Like it's just a seamless transition instead of like just constantly removing and then trying to choose which one to go to. Makes things so much easier. So that's nice. I thought I'd start off with this. I'm not gonna be focusing on Netflix DMC. I'm not, but not like how I did last stream. But I found this yesterday. Today, and man, I am really scrambled. I found this tonight, and I was like, oh, okay, it looks kind of interesting. Seeing people talk about fans claiming that Virgil as an anti-hero was already wild enough. Seeing that the anti-hero sentiment came from the same dude in charge of DMC Netflix series is just crazy. Yeah, and it's like Virgil was not an anti-hero. Yeah, sure, he has trauma, just like Dante, but Virgil is not an anti-hero. He's not a good guy. He's all about power. Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness. Might controls everything. you know. So then I want to go back here because this was pretty interesting. It's your boy Addy Shankar saying this. So uh, correction, anti-hero. And hashtag Virgil was right, which no, he's not. Disagree. By definition, anti-hero are supposed to be the main character of the story they're in. On top of this, Virgil, especially in 3, does not do anything remotely heroic. True. His pursuit of power is a selfish goal that he himself says he'll kill anyone for. True. And then Addy says, disagree all you want, but Virgil saw what no one else did. Power is the ultimate heroism, and Virgil understood that. He wasn't selfish. He was willing to bear the burden no one else could handle. He was ready to carry the Sparta legacy, whatever the cost. That's the real hero's journey. I'm just like, I'm a little divisive on Virgil's alignment, but yeah, he's more so chaotic neutral than and a villain. Yeah, yeah, and even in DMC 5, he's more. You see that more that chaotic neutral. You do. I mean, between the two split halves, and that's a good way to go about that too. The chaotic neutral part. Hell, actually, you know what? DMC 3, even if you I cannot speak. I'm sorry. Even if you want to like mention like towards the end where Dante and Virgil go against Arkham because Arkham was the bigger bad at the time. You could kind of argue that there was a little bit of chaotic neutral there, but really you come to see that chaotic neutral aspect of him in 5, where he split between V and Neurozen, and then when he comes back together and becomes his his true self, it's like those moments that he had as V changed him. I'm not gonna say by much, but it's some progress. So, not to mention he got a lot of innocent people killing DMC. Oh yeah, exactly. Like, are we truly forgetting about literally the beginning, the beginning of DMC 5? The quiet off tree and all. Like, are we forgetting about that? So yeah, this is your boy Addy Shankar. The Lord and Savior of DMC, Netflix anime, whatever, if you want to even call it that, and telling you that he knows more than you do, or than true fans do, because he directed the Netflix DMC. And then I seen these like weird, cringy posts with him with his looking like Dante, and I'm just like, dude, stop it, bro. I seen cosplayers with less money do a lot better than you. Like, for real, man. I was like, at least try your best. And you have like this dingy red jacket on, and it's just anyway. If he wanted to be technical, he should have used V as an example where he's Virgil's good human half trying to undo his own mess. Yeah. And racing against time, by the way, because he's dying. But I don't know what I'm talking about. A lot of people don't know what they're talking about. Okay, that was some good water. Oh, in a Netflix anime, he's working on Mundus and killing human soldiers to save incarcerated demons. Hang on, let me read that again. In the Netflix anime, he's working for Mundus. What? Like, willingly, or like Nilo Angelo way? Like free will or Neil Angelo? That because oh, why do we live in these times, man? And that's the important part too about Virgil is that the whole Mundus situation is what adds more to his trauma and adds more to his whole thing, his theme for power. Yeah, he's already Neil Angelo, but I can't tell if he's brainwashed or not. Well, either way, if he is or isn't brainwashed, it doesn't matter because what your boy Addy, well, not your boy, but what Addy says that Virgil is the anti-hero, even though he's not the main character. Yeah, he's already Neil Angelo. That's crazy. So then where's Trish? where's Trish then? If Neil Angelo's around, where's Trish? Uh, I miss DMC one. I love the vibes of DMC one where it's just so it's it's so what's the thing like grim dark almost like it's haunting. Don't get me wrong, I love their DMC games, but is hell I even like the reboot of DMC. The some parts of that game like the bosses, but the best part of the DMC reboot, which is honestly undeniable, is the Virgil DLC. The Virgil DLC for DMC reboot is one of the best DLCs I've ever played. Like it really captures Virgil's downfall and descent into madness for the whole power gimmick. I mean, that was a great way how to introduce that aspect of him. Remember how Hell was designed? For like we're talking about like DMC 3, DMC 5 Hell, right? Or are you talking about the Netflix version? Because I don't know much about the Netflix version. I mean iconically yes I remember DMC 3's version of the Underworld because you know that literally was the last boss fight stage. That was pretty cool actually. I think that was the Underworld. I think if not it was damn close to it. DMC 5 Virgil Dante and then Underworld like a different section of it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a long while since I played DMC 1. Very long time. Yeah, I sort of remember it. I mean, let's be honest. DMC 1 had like a lot of crazy moments in there. When I think back on it. I mean, I ch- I want to go back to it, but at the same time it's like do I really want to endure going through Nightmare again? 3 times? 3 times? And one of those fights is with Trish involved. Do I really want to punish myself again like that? And that was only on normal mode. I don't know about him being presented as an anti-hero, but I think the show is making him out as a sort of Avenger. Oh, I can't. I cannot. I cannot. He's not an Avenger. He's not any of that. What do they like? Where do they? How did they get this thought process? Like, I'm being for real. How did they come to this conclusion? Like, he's supposed to be like this and that now, or he's always been like this. Is this like some weird like activist stuff? It has to be. That's the only way I can like make sense of it. It's like some weird old activist stuff. Uh, but anyway, I want to read more on about this. Listen, I love Virgil. I think he's a fantastic character and foil to Dante Nero, and a great exploration for what trauma can do to an individual and how it shapes them and their actions. But but the dude caused two separate apocalypses. Ain't nothing exactly. Yes. Yes, exactly. Ain't nothing anti-heroic about it. And then got my boy Darky Dark here. Anti-hero to these anti-hero to these people mean horrible person who sometimes goes, you know what? I won't eat that baby. Then Ratchet Infinity, which I covered him in my uh, stream, my previous stream. Virgil is neither good or evil. Virgil does whatever he thinks is best for himself, regardless of it. Exactly. Yes. Yep. And it kind of reminds me now with the whole power, the whole power topics that you remember Revenge of the Sith when Anakin was going against Obi-Wan? What did Obi-Wan say to Anakin? Does anyone remember? Does anyone remember what Obi-Wan said to Anakin during Revenge of the Sith about power? See, I might get the DMC HD collection on PS4. I got Code Veronica with DMC 1 demo not long ago. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And it makes me want to replay it after so long. I bet it does. What the hell is this tweet? Way to miss the whole point of the character. Virgil wants power to protect all he loves, but obtaining that power costs him all he loves. Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't Dante who said, like, you want all this power, but it's holding you back from your family or something like that? Yes. But for those who don't remember, let me just pull this up. If you don't remember what Obi-Wan said to Anakin, because this is very this is very important. Uh, I might get hit by for this. I might, but I want to be careful. Aha! Aha! There we go. Count Dooku. I love Count Dooku. Count Dooku was awesome. Dante, what are we going to do with all that power? No matter how hard you try to pull, you'll never be like Father. Yep, that one. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let me stop the screen right there. Hopefully, I don't get hit for this, but it's YouTube, so we'll see.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I mean, the man's not wrong. Only a Sith deals in absolute. So, with that going on, let's go back to sharing that screen again. This whole thing, I mean, enjoy it, I guess. Isn't that an absolute though? No. Oh, actually, absolute power. Or, as Palpatine would say, unlimited power. uh, power of the absolutes, though. That's what it just reminds me of. To be honest, I'm probably stretching it a little bit, but that's okay. That's all right. If Adi can do it, I can do it too. Virgil isn't. I'm sorry. Virgil is a bit vague in particular, but people speculate he wants power to make up for his inability to save his mom and to inherit his dad's legacy, which makes sense. which makes sense if anyone has bothered to read the lore, play the games, or do both. You do make that assumption, and it seems to hold true. So, bookmarks. And don't worry, y'all. I don't got nothing crazy in here. All right. Actually, I might just keep that bookmark. I want to talk a little bit about The Last of Us. So they're making another remaster of The Last of Us, and it's it's $129. I just noticed the price. It's $129. What? Why is it $129? Just because it's a bundle is on PS5? What? I'm shocked. I just now noticed that. Uh, Plus, if we really want to go there with Virgil, he literally ripped his own son's arm off, even though he didn't know. I'll be honest, even if he did know, he would have done it. Come on. If he's more than willing to try and kill his own brother. He's more than willing to do that to his if he knew that Nero was his son. You know he would. How many remasters of Last of Us are there? Look, I know it was a pretty good game back then when when the first game was relevant and everything. I wasn't into it like that because I had other zombie games that were, in my opinion, better. And I can kind of respect the first one, but again, I think people were just overhyping it. But oh my gosh, dude, how many remasters of the first Last of Us game is there? It has to be more than GTA 5, and GTA 5 has a couple, has a couple. So what does how many remasters are there? I want to look this up actually. Do you have all the remasters? How many remasters are there? Because this is getting really freaking ridiculous. I cannot believe. Well, actually, I can. It's Naughty Dog. Neil Cuckman. It might take me a while, y'all. Actually, I don't really want to look through that. It's not even that old from what I hear. Honestly, we need an MGS4 remaster so I can complete Solid Snake. Oh my gosh, bro, listen. I literally have the limited edition of MGS4 where it's like it's not even a steel book. It's not a steel book. It's like this specialized case with hang on. Let me show you. Cuz it's better for me to actually show you than try to explain it. And I got lucky too. I got this like three years ago, maybe somewhere around there. I got real lucky. All right, going to do this. Stop screen. Do this. Da da da. So this is it right here. Oh crap! Sorry. So this is it. This is my limited edition right here. So when you open it, I love this. I love the split between Liquid Ocelot and Old Steak, right? So You open it from the top, obviously, because that where that split is. It kind of reminds me, like, especially when I open it, it kind of reminds me like that transitions they have with the cinematics to make it like give that sci-fi edge almost. So I open it, and then like within there's like two cases. There's two cases. One is the game, and one is like the bonus features with the Blu-ray disc. And then open it, the Blu-ray. I'm sorry, the bonus features. There's two discs in there, so I thought that was pretty cool. Sorry, the first disc is actually the original soundtrack for Metal Gear Solid 4, and then the other disc is the bonus disc, where behind the scenes and everything. And of course, within this case, it says like a spoiler warning, so it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I wish the game, I wish you got like, I wish there was like a actual steelbook case, but bro, the game manual in here is so cool. I mean, I miss game manuals. You remember that, y'all? Remember when game manuals were a thing? So this thing is like, it has some weight, but it's not heavy. And I just remember when I saw this, I was like, oh, sorry. I say that because MGS4 is only on PSP and PS3. It's only on PSP? Wait, it's on PSP as well? Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. Duh. You're right. You're right. Because I was messing around with stuff, and then I somehow figured out that I can do that. Anyway. And this, yeah, it's cool, bro. It's cool. I remember when I saw this, I was like, I gotta get this before someone else does. So immediately bought that. I remember the guy just getting it for me. He didn't know that it opened from the top. So when he grabbed it, he just grabbed it like his regular old game. He's grabbing like his regular old game game case edition, and it just whips right through. It whips right through the store. And he was so shocked and surprised. Even I was like, oh. I couldn't fault the guy though. I wouldn't. Hey, if I didn't know better, I would have done the same thing. I should have asked for a discount. Like, hey man, can I get a discount for that? But oh my gosh, I put that in my PS3. Waited for it to download. Oh my gosh, download so freaking crazy. And I had a blast. I had a blast with it for 3 or 4 days. Got to actually play what my favorite parts of the game instead of just watching it. Actually play it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is the part. This is the microwave hall where he's crawling, or oh, this is where Snake is fighting against all those geckos, those suicide geckos, and while Raiden is fighting Vamp on Metal Gear Rex. That was, I mean, say what you want about Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 4, man, those were some memorable moments in there. I'm so glad I was able to play it. And then, of course, my most favorite moment from Metal Gear Solid 4. You're on top of that sub, and it's just you and Liquid Ocelot. And you're going through, and you're fighting, and you're going through. You got the retro health bars of Liquid and Solid Snake, and then get to the next phase where it's like Liquid Ocelot versus Solid Snake, and then go to the next one. It's like Ocelot against Naked Snake, and then get to the present where it's it's Ocelot against Old Snake. Well, I guess it would be Liquid Ocelot because he goes, when Liquid is in control, he does that. He does his little taunt, which is he raises up his right hand and he clenches his fist, and he just like. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself, but that was my favorite. I mean, that's my most favorite part of the Metal Gear Solid 4. That the blast boss fight, so good, so dang good, man. Sorry, I got a little passionate there. All right. Anyway, enough being distracted. Speaking of distractions, though, how do you all like the nun, the blasphemous abbess, or blasphemous cat girl? Gotta say, works wonders. Everyone seems to love her. That or Jill and Foon. People love that couple. Love that couple a lot. Which, by the way, I got something under wraps. I mean, with that as well. But wow, Last of Us complete. The Last of Us complete for PS5 is $129, and I still don't know how many remasters there are. I gotta find this. Hold on, how many is there? There has to be like 9, 10 by now. I'm really trying to find this out, y'all. And you know what's crazy? Oh God. Oh, ooh! I'm actually just showing I'm showing this image and not Twitter. Wow. Ooh, that would have been bad. But you know what's crazy? Last of Us gets all these remasters, but God of War doesn't. God of War only have how many does God of War have? Like one? Because God of War 3. I know God of War 3 got a remaster, but can you like say Chains of Olympus, Ghosts of Sparta, even one? Like, could you say those are proper remasters, or would they just be ports? Ah, here it is. I found something. Aha. This is absurd. Thanks, Jonan. Bloodborne got the Bloodborne got the one release, and that's about as much love as they give it. I hate yeah, and that's another thing too. Bloodborne. Everyone's been asking for it. Why? Oh wait, I know why. Because Sony. That's why. Anyway, so this is what I just found. Thank you so much to this person. So this is what you have right here: The Last of Us PS3, The Last of Us PS4 remaster, The Last of Us PS5 remaster, The Last of Us PC, The Last of Us 2 PS4, The Last of Us 2. Oh, I didn't know The Last of Us 2 came on the PS4. The Last of Us 2 PS5 remaster, The Last of Us 2 PC, The Last of Us Complete PS5. So how's that Last of Us going? Meanwhile, God of War doesn't even get like half of these, half as much. And even and God of War was like a secondary mascot to for PlayStation. See, yeah, I guess they haven't remastered God of. I'm about to say Gears of War, God of War 1 and God of War 2. Even though I have both of them, I have both on PS2. I have all the classic God of Wars on PS3, except for 3. I don't have 3 on PS3. I have 3 on PS4. But that's it. We don't even have like God of War. Dude, I wish they put out like a God of War collection on PC. That would be so awesome. But I don't know. I'm not sure. They probably ruin it, to be honest, because obviously it has so much nudity and everything. But that's what made it. That was part of the charm, though. It was this attitude, man. I miss the attitude of games back from back then. I do. Hell, if you, I miss. It's crazy how Blood Rain gets more love for remasters than God of War. And there's nothing wrong with Blood Rain. Blood Rain is awesome, but For real? I hope this release is the last of them. Yeah, it might just be, to be honest. They should have never fired Neil Cuckman shouldn't have fired Amy is it Amy Henning? They should have never fired her. She was a great writer. She literally carried that company. And I know that, some people are like, oh, the women, and I'm not trying to say like they're misogynist or sexist or anything like that, but there are some people, I mean, even I to a degree, even I would say like, oh, these women, these female writers are terrible, and they are. Most of these modern female writers are horrible. They can never hold a light to Amy Henning. Amy Henning is the real deal. She's an awesome writer. But yet we don't talk about her. Why? Why? Why don't we talk about her? That woman has literally created so many iconic games. So storytelling wise, I mean, hell, Uncharted. Does that ring a bell? I was never into Uncharted until literally 4 or 5 years ago. And then, but by the time when I played Uncharted 4, and I was like, this can't be her. This can't be her writing. And if it is, someone or some entity is like screwing up her writing, only for me to find out that it wasn't. It was she had her original script was way different than Neil Cuckman's, and that's where it began right there. Uncharted 4, that's when it all began. And that was like what, 2014, 2015. I then tried to play Uncharted. What's the? I can't remember the damn game's name title because it's so I never beat it and it's so out of character for Chloe, and Chloe's one of the best freaking female video game protagonists I've ever encountered. Literally one of the best. I fell in love with her in Uncharted 2. I think she returned in Uncharted 3 and 4. I think I it's been a while. But playing as her, getting to play as her in Uncharted whatever it was, and then they paired me up with the freaking lady from Uncharted 4, the mercenary lady. I'm just like, you want me to believe that this black mercenary lady, yes, she's black or something like that, this black mercenary lady beats up Nathan Drake easily? Are you kidding me? We're talking about the guy who went against freaking ancient Aztec like guys or demons, solve all these different traps and stuff. Heck, even was fighting like, I mean, hell, was even fighting immortals. Yes, immortals in 2, and still won. But yet he gets his ass handed to him by that mercenary lady. Get out of here, dude. And you want me now you want me to actually work alongside her while I'm playing as Chloe? No, thank you, dude. No, thank you. I don't want to. And that's a precursor, and that's basically a precursor to Abby. It was. It is. It's a precursor to Abby. Should have known that was going to happen. Again. The creator became sort of feminist, so now we won't get that love scene from the first game. The creator became sort of the creator. Which creator are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about God of War 1 creator? Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard about him. I'm sorry. That took me a minute. It's been a while, but yeah, I heard. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The black Afro lady chick fought Nathan and his brother. I think. Yeah, she did. And I'm like, bro, no, there's no way. There's no way that she's bodying them like they're nothing. Stop it. Stop it, man! Stop the lies. I'm not super familiar with Uncharted, but I remember seeing that from Dashy Games, and I was like, the main character isn't that skilled. No, the main character is skilled. The dude is skilled even in fighting. He's skilled. I'm not saying like he's mixed martial artist, black belt, all that, but he's skilled enough where he can, if he's fighting freaking immortals and he's outliving them, that's telling you something, dude. But yet he's getting bodied by this 190-pound black lady who's supposed to be a mercenary, you know. Oh, and of course she's working with what's that guy's name? Rafe? Yeah, Rafe. Working with Rafe. I thought Rafe was kind of a cool villain. And don't get me wrong, I'm doing my best to remember. I'm doing my best to remember. I thought he was kind of cool. I thought his motives were pretty interesting, to be honest, especially where how he met Nathan Drake and his brother and everything. I kind of was like, okay, it's kind of something there, but then it just, I don't know. The last boss fight, which was him against Rafe, it was it was decent. It wasn't bad at all. It was kind of like how it lined up with like a rivalry between these two pirates and how they ended up dying. And it was like, okay, we're kind of doing the same thing with Nathan Drake and Rafe, but obviously Nathan Drake's gonna win this one as well. So I'm just, let me think, let me think, let me think. Let me see. Is it Rafe? It is Rafe. Okay, that's crazy how I remember all that. He wasn't. I don't think he was really a horrible villain. I thought he was semi decent. I could be wrong though. That's, I mean, it's from my, it's from like years ago. So, hmm. All right. So go back to here. Get this off my timeline. I don't want to see that anymore. Oh, I sometimes I have this too. I thought this was a pretty cool, interesting story. Oh, here we are. Talk about Ratchet Infinity. Maybe I talked about this earlier, but if not, it's honestly amazing how every time there's a Netflix adaptation, it's always butchered to staggering degrees. Like, they just pick the most hateful, self-absorbed, agenda-driven, and spiteful people around to work. I think I did talk about this last stream. Around to work on them each and every effing time. This S needs to be studied, and of course, there's our proof right there: Devil May Cry, She-Ra, Castlevania, Tomb Raider, He-Man, and The Witcher. Which, you know, thinking about this now, thinking about this when The Witcher season one is, and I've only watched season one, but I remember when people, one of my old coworkers were asking me, "Hey, what's going on with this scene and this and that and everything and blah," and I'm like, "Oh, I know what's going on because I read the books. I read the freaking books." So I'm detailing it out for them. I'm not going too much spoiler territory, but I was, like, making the events line up in chronological order how they should have done, instead of doing this back and forth flashback and present bull crap. And people were like, "Hang on, I've got personal beef with Netflix over both The Witcher and DMC. I don't really care about the rest." I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, I mean, I like Castlevania, but the main one, I mean, I knew they were gonna mess up. I knew they were gonna mess up The Witcher, but it was really DMC that just really just irked me a lot. But anyway, getting back into the Witcher stuff, I was breaking it down to them like, yeah, this was what happens, but this right here is not part of the past. Is actually the present. I don't know why. I was just like breaking it down and then making sure that, hey, they were, it wasn't confusing. So I think they after they talked to me, they were like, okay, now I understand what's going on. Now if you ask me now if you ask me like, hey, what's going on with this? I'm like, I barely remember, dude. And I was so done with Witcher because of something. Oh, I know why. I was done with Witcher because CDPR. After I played 2077, I was like, I don't care anymore. I don't want to buy. I mean, I was really a devout uh Witcher fan. I literally had a major collection of like statues. Their statue series, like, and there was like a season 1 and season 2, not the show, but like the series, this the collecting the statue series. And I had I had a necklace. I think I still have the necklace somewhere. If not, I don't know what I did with it. Oh, never mind. Is it right here? Let me see. This might be it right here. Oh, never mind. It is. It's still there. uh wow, I forgot that's still there. Uh I bought The Witcher 3 on Xbox and Nintendo. Actually, I have more books. I actually still have the one of the omnibus comics. Actually, I keep it because I do like some of the stories. I do. I love some of the artwork as well, especially when it comes to the naked female characters. And what was I gonna say? Oh, I use it as a reference too for when I write my own comics. I kind of like want to figure out like how I want to set the tone. I don't always go to it, but when I do think of like certain panel, like how to do certain panels and stuff, I try to do my best to like reference it by writing it down and having Neff like interpret it, or I say to Neff, which is it. I wouldn't. I barely do that, but when I really want to aim for a specific panel or page to look a certain way, I just like, hey, this is what I want. But again, that's like barely I do that. Uh, He-Man came off as a hate writing for his character, and She-Ra, the writers made him. Yeah, honestly, I would rather watch He-Man than She-Ra, because I heard She-Ra is probably the worst. Honestly, She-Ra is probably She-Ra's probably the worst out of all of these, to be honest. Probably. I heard so much crazy stuff. And it's not even it's not even just the show itself. It's the community, the quote unquote community as well. I've seen a lot of like degeneracy, and I'm not like, I know everyone likes to say degeneracy that like a lot, but no, I mean like a lot of degeneracy from just one community. I don't think I ever seen something like that before. I don't think I ever did. And if I did, it's not coming to my mind right now. But oh my gosh, dude. That was the most, and I wasn't even looking for it. It found me. And I'm pretty sure it found you guys too. It was just so full of vitriol and vileness, and say what you want about the others. This one is the worst of them all. Uh Not gonna lie, I did like it at first, but looking back, yeah, it's not great. You are right about the community. They were garbage. Oh my god, like, dude, I really didn't know anything. I swear to God, I did not know that She-Ra was had a new adaptation on Netflix. I swear to you, I didn't until like season 3. What? There's like 3 seasons, right? If not there until his last season, and that's when I saw. I was like, and the reason how I knew it, not new, but the reason how I came to like know these guys, like know that they exist, was because they were canceling the show, and all those people started coming out like, how dare you, and I'm just like, what the fuck, like, what the heck is going on here? And this is before I was on Twitter. This is before I was even on Twitter. So that's telling you something, dude. That's telling you like how crazy those guys were. Someone what? Oh, thanks, Neff. I just checked that. Thanks for liking and reposting, Neff. All right, so onto hopefully onto greener pastures. Uh so I do have a question. Are they still continuing on with Masters of the Universe, or is it done? I I'm not. I know they did like a part one. Is part two already out, or we're still waiting on part two? 'Cause I can't remember. I truly can't. And the only reason why I'm like giving it some time and attention is because I'm just curious. The creator, no Stevenson has so many mental problems in my opinion. She's trans. Oh, she's trans. She's bipolar. She struggles with herself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it. And that's not me trying to be funny. That's not me trying to be funny, but that'll do it. I know all about bipolar. Not it's not me, but a close relative of mine. She struggles with that. She struggles with bipolar issues. It's not pretty. Man, dang, water's so good. There's a third season of the Master of the Universe Revolution was actually pretty decent, but the two seasons killed that series. That's the one with what's his name? Kevin something, right? The guy from Clerks. I never watched Clerks to be honest. I always thought when every time when someone talks about Clerks, I'm just like I can care less, dude. Clerks is not my thing. It never will be too. It's like how some people talk about like Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted would never be my thing. I understand why people like it, but I care less. Mm. Also, I have these Tootsie Roll Tootsie Roll suckers. These are so good, and I'm not buying them ever again because I know I will be addicted. But these are really darn good. You guys want to talk about Nintendo? Oh, Kevin Smith. Yes. Uh, Kevin Smith. Yeah, he disrespected He Man in the first two seasons, and the third season, which was finally about him, felt a little too late. Didn't he die in the first season? All right, I'm done with He Man. To be honest, I don't want to talk about He Man anymore. I'm not even the He Man guy. Which it's funny because I remember having a He Man toy. This is like He Man 2003, and the only toy I had of He Man, like not the actual character, but like one of the characters from He Man, was the tiger. I think it was a tiger. I had that toy. I for the longest time did not know where that toy came from, but I would kind of play with it, but it was like I didn't know. Like, dude, I don't know what the hell he. I didn't know what the hell He Man was. I knew what Transformers were, but He Man, I was like, I don't know what He Man is. I knew what GI Joe was, but that's weird though. It's kind of funny how I didn't realize what He Man was back then, but I knew about some other things. Oh well. Uh, he died in the first episode, yeah, but came back to life, then got stabbed. Oh my gosh! Wow. Neff, Neff, if you're listening, if I start writing some stuff like that, you have you have my permission to like steal my IP right there. Literally, you have my permission to steal my intellectual property. Because if I start going crazy like that and say, oh, Damon Knight, Damon, Damon Knight, he's alive for this for 1 second, then all of a sudden he he gets stabbed by a giant cactus and dies. He has a giant splinter and dies, and then comes back to life, and then he dies again. mm. Battle Cat. Yeah, I had a toy too. I was more of a Thundercats fan. That's crazy. That's crazy because now that you mentioned Thundercats, I wasn't even into Thundercats like that. I gave the 2013 show a try. I think I lasted for 3 episodes. I'm just like, it just kind of put me off a little bit. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. The story was good as far as I can remember with just 3 episodes. But I was just, I don't know. Maybe because the whole furry deal, and I'm not. I don't really like stuff with furries in it. It just kind of weirds me out a little bit, just a little bit. But then again, can I honestly say that when I have stuff like this, like can I? I'm just saying, I'm being self-aware here. I am. But Battle Cat, yeah, I had this toy too. I was more of a Thundercats fan, but later I'm more interested in He-Man now. It's a shame him and She-Ra can't cross over. Wait, but weren't they? Aren't they siblings, right? Because He-Man is obviously for the boys, but then She-Ra is also for the girls, right? Am I correct about that? Neff, Reddy's glove for a bit. You start writing nonsense, boy. Hang on, I gotta do this. You start writing nonsense, boy. You finding out. How was that, Neff? Was that good? Was that good? Hmm. Yeah, He-Man, Adam, and She-Ra, Adora are twins. Oh, they're twins. Okay, okay. Yeah, I guess I see it now. I see it now. Okay. And it's funny that we're talking about this too because I think I actually talked about this with a friend before, and she's more into the oh oh boy oh no, here we go, man. So I'm talking about what's good, G, bro. I already told you, Greg, I already told you, I'm not a G. You're the G, bro. You're the G. I'm just a dude, man. I caught you late night with that stream, that workout stream you did, but I was ready to go to bed. I think I said hi, I think, and then I just went again. I went to bed, bro. It's good to see you. But yeah, getting back to the whole thing with Dora and Adam or He-Man and She-Ra. Yeah, I she was talking about she's into those cartoons like from the 80s, especially like the My Little Pony stuff as well. But she was telling me all about it. I just can't remember much of it. But yeah, I'm getting some stuff. Let's see. Uh yeah, man, we got it in. Good, good. All right. So look at this whole Nintendo Switch 2 thing is crazy. Literally got a screenshot of the what do they call their little Nintendo Direct? Literally screenshot of the Nintendo Direct community saying drop the price, drop the price. You can thank the tariffs for that. I don't think the tariffs are doing this. I don't. think so. I could be entirely wrong. I'm not a financial guru. I'm not even here to talk about politics. But I will say this. For Nintendo Switch 2 being that price, $449, or close to 500, like 499 something dollars, just because you get the combo with the Mario, was it Mario Kart? Yeah, with Mario Kart included. It's ridiculous. Nintendo, in my opinion, is what the fuck, dude? I'm sorry, opinion. Jesus, I cannot speak today. Plus, I'm also having this sucker. This sucker is so good, y'all. Y'all cannot. This is a grape colored sucker here, man. And I promise you, I'm not drinking. I'm actually, well, I'm drinking water, but I'm not drinking alcohol. I promise you that. But it's like they're playing catch up. And it's like, oh, you're finally able to now get to the power of the PS4 and Xbox One. Congratulations. Why are people paying this much? When my Steam Deck, which I bought from a friend, $300 something dollars. Hell, even if you buy a brand new $300 something dollars, I mean, it's way more cheaper, and plus it can play current gen games without a problem, unless the port's like all wacky and everything. But still, and I could do the mods and everything. But yet you want people to pay $449 or $499 plus tax for games that are now on par with PS4 and Xbox One, or should I say last gen. And then on top of that, you want people to pay $80 to $90 plus tax for your games. Are you insane? Yeah, you are actually. And this company has been around since the 1800s. I don't think a lot of people know that. They first started off as a card game company. Then they escalated and evolved into what we know now. And know about this. When they have their sales, quote unquote sales, their sales aren't really sales. Dude, I'm willing to bet you, Bayonetta 2 came out 11 years ago. I'm willing to bet you it's still full price. I'm willing to bet you they're as stubborn as Activision when it comes to like Call of Duty games. Why is it still full price when it's been 10 plus years and there's been so many uh, um, other games that came out within that franchise? Why is it still this much? Why? I'm so that's so frustrating, dude. How that's even happening. I understand that, like, that's their, hey, look, that's their business model, their industry. Yeah, they are. That yes they are, Greg. They are. Greedy bastards they are, dude. For real. And the people who are fanboys for this, and we know that Nintendo fanboys have a reputation for a reason. When it's like, how it's like even the fanboys are kind of like, they're in a hard place to even try to justify or even support this, unless they're like extremist, like extreme, like they're too extreme for the actual extremes, you know. And I'm just like, man, I'll be honest, I was never like a Nintendo fanboy or anything. I like Nintendo, but that was before I had the awakening, as I call it. And the most I do of like my Switch is just use it for YouTube. Honestly, that's and I literally be watching like a podcast or something with grandma. It's like, go I like go visit grandma, go watch a podcast with her, chill. That's it. That's the most I do with my Switch. But I mean, I know I also said that I bought the Nintendo I also know that I bought the Witcher 3 for Nintendo. I mean, look, dude, I'll be honest. When I started playing it, I was like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I have to play on the Xbox version. I I tried, man. I tried. I swear to you, it works flawlessly. I don't know, flawless. It works good, but I just can't, dude. It's so, oh, just the visual wise, just. Oh. Uh, they took Bayonetta off Xbox, PlayStation, and I was, wait, they did? Like it? When was Greg? Greg, when was this? I thought they I thought they remastered it. I thought they remastered the. Are you talking about the original? Are you talking about the original or the remaster? Mm. But yeah. So going back to my I'm glad I didn't make a mistake there. I kind of hate how X is like how it functions a little bit. It's so confusing at times. And I also saw this right here, where it's like up to $175 trade in for Switch One towards Switch Two reservation at GameStop. I don't know how to feel about this because if you have like the Switch Lite, that's $100. Switch V version one or version two, 125, and you have the Switch OLED, it's 175. I I don't know how to feel about that. Is that like do you think that's a good trade in offer right there? Do you guys? The first the first one was on 360 and PS3. Yes, yes. Okay, so you're talking about the original. Okay, got it, got it. Hmm. So I I'm not sure this is like a good deal. I think it. Well, I think it is, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe with the Switch OLED, maybe it could go up a little bit, like to at least to 185 at least. But I mean, it's nice. It's nice that they allow people to do that, and it makes it easier on their pockets. That's obviously that's like that's 400 something dollars off. Wait, what am I? I'm not making sense. That's 100 something, 170. Well, 100 to $175 off the Switch 2. I mean, that's cool. That's cool that they do that, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, especially with the game prices. You're paying. You're already paying like. Let me see. Hang on. I mean, just for a game, if you just want to buy two games, I mean, if you want to buy two games plus the Switch 2 with it, and and is it digital? Is it digital? That's like $80 for the like their actual their actual game franchise, not third party, but first party. That's already close to $160 game wise. If you just want to buy two, if you just want to buy two games, it's 160. Did I say that? Did I just say? I'm trying to make sure I'm making sense here. So if you have, I mean, that's obviously more than the Switch Lite. That's more than Switch V1 or V2. But and you're just it barely scratches to the 175. So I just you know, uh, if you want to do the digital, I mean, if you want to do the physical, which I've seen so far, like it's 90. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't really been keeping close eye on this Nintendo Switch 2, but that's $180. That's $5 more than 175. So what's like it's like kind of like what's the point if you're gonna be getting the Switch 2 and then you're gonna get two games with it? It's just Not looking good, bro. Not looking good. Mm. Oh, here we go. Got some more stuff too about this. Oh. Game key cards are different from regular game cards because they don't contain the full game data. Instead, the game key card is your key to downloading. Oh, oh my gosh, you're for real? Key to down. So you don't want to own the game. You don't want to own the game basically. Key to downloading the full game to your system via the internet. Oh. So what if you don't have internet then? What if you don't have internet? After it's downloaded, you can play the game by inserting the game key card into your system and starting it up like a standard physical game card. Here's what the game key card packaging looks like. Wow, that looks terrible. I mean, I know that's an example, but wow, for real. Nintendo has confirmed that some Switch 2 games won't have the game on the card. The cartridge will only be used as a license check in the game. Oh my gosh, dude. What? What are you doing, Nintendo? What are you doing? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So what happens if you don't have access to a reliable internet connection and it's months between internet handshakes? If you can't buy a fully playable physical game card that doesn't require internet access, that's a deal breaker. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like what was it called? What was it called back then for PlayStation? Where they're like, oh, you can just you can stream it. You can actually stream it. And then when you and I tried it too. I tried it on my PS4 and PS3. I tried it on my PS4 and I was like, dude, this runs terribly on for streaming. This is horrible. It was like what House of the Dead 3? Yeah, it was House of the Dead 3. I was playing and I was just like I didn't beat it because it was just so stuttery at times. I'm just like, this is stupid. I was like, why didn't they just do it like how Xbox does it? I just got Bayonetta 2 for my birthday a few weeks ago for my birthday. I think you weren't I think you that's okay. That's all right, John. I mean, that happens to us. I still have yet to play the second game. And the third. But the new Switch 2 is very costly. I understand that it took a lot of material to make and they want to make back their money, but it's not affordable to the average civilian. Yeah. Yeah. It's not. I mean I mean, maybe we're not the customers that they're looking for. I mean, let's be honest. Maybe that's the reason why they're doing it. Maybe they don't want customers like they maybe don't like want people like us to be their customers. Maybe they want the upper echelon. I mean, that wouldn't be too out there in the realm of possibility, in my opinion. And here's just some comics about the Jesus time traveler thing. I thought they're pretty cool. So that's what I have so far with all of this, y'all. I I don't know. Is there something y'all want to recommend? Something y'all want to recommend? Okay, I have. I don't think I have anything. Hmm, let's see. Hold on. Let's see what Sony's up to. Good old Sony. Other than Last of Us. Oh, what's this? Mm. Whoa, this looks interesting. Oh wait, sorry y'all. Got this article. It's from 6 hours ago. What's up, D-Run? Hey, nothing much, man. Nothing much. Uh, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, we can. Oh boy. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know how to feel about that Ghost of Yote, man. I'm not getting any good vibes from it. I still want to play as my boy Jin Sakai, and we're playing as this. We're it's not about playing as a female. It's just we're 100 years past. I mean, 100 years after Ghost of Tsushima. Hmm. How are you? Yeah, I already answered that. Great game. Yes, it is. It's a good game. Very good game. Oh man, 3DS. Wow. I never held a 3DS. I always wanted one. Man, those suckers are so good. Yeah, I don't like suckers, but these ones are good, man. Let me read this, and then we get into some Ghost of Tsushima. Michael Jackson's battle against Sony Music executives explored as Candace Owens claims Justin Bieber is in a similar situation as the King of Pop. Please don't play anything crazy. Political commentator Candace Owens recently claimed that singer Justin Bieber is allegedly facing issues with music executives. She further alleged that the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, has similar issues with Sony music executives. In a recent YouTube video uploaded on her channel on April 11th, Candace Owens opened up about Justin Bieber. I'm told that Justin Bieber, just like Michael Jackson, is engaged in a war against musical executives, except the musical execs have gotten smarter over time. He wants out of Hollywood. It is the same war which was fought by Michael Jackson, she claimed. Okay. Michael Jackson was taking on Sony. He was going after the hand that feeds him. And when you look into John Branca in 2003, Jackson fired Branca because he was siphoning money out of Jackson's accounts and collusion with Sony Music CEO and funneling it through a bunch of offshore accounts in the Caribbean. For context, Sony began attempting to control Michael Jackson and his work in 1997, leading to the first disputes between the two parties. Early in the new decade, the musician sought to regain the rights to his songs. However, the label extended the copyright, preventing him from having complete control over his songs. Talking about Michael Jackson and providing context to the whole thing, Cadence Owens says, I promise you this is all very relevant to Justin Bieber. It began for Michael Jackson in 2003 when a boy named Gavin Arvizo accused Michael of child abuse, saying that he was under 14 at the time of alleged crime. The singer was then charged with 7 counts of child abuse. The 2 counts of administering an intoxicating agent. Michael Jackson, we were told, was a drug addict that was caught on a recording by his doctor. For context, as per the Los Angeles Times August 27, 1993 report, Jackson was under investigation by the LAPD for allegedly M-wording 4 children, including a 13-year-old kid, Gavin Arvizo. However, neither Jackson's Neverland Ranch nor his Los Angeles I can't pronounce that, y'all. I'm sorry. Condemnium contain any incriminating evidence against him. Additionally, another 13-year-old's family reported similar allegations. Meanwhile, further stating her point, Kate has always continued talking about MJ's issues with Sony. Okay, so I just, before I get way too deep into this, I'm gonna read the chat for a bit. Oh, the second one, yeah, I'm not so sure. I'll give it a chance. It might be very good. I hope. I don't know. I'd rather play as Jin Sakai. Sup, man? Hey, man, how you doing? Yeah. Okay, so I know a little bit about Michael Jackson's struggles with like supposedly with Sony and everything and all those. I don't know like what's real. Like I was very young. I was very young when this whole stuff was happening. Obviously, and I was like 11 when he died. Yeah, I was 11 when he died. So I don't know much about Michael Jackson other than some allegations, some of the Sony stuff, and his music. That I don't know. I don't if anyone can clarify some stuff for me about that. I I would appreciate that. I don't know much about what the hell is happening now. I know Sony's little patterns because they were doing similar stuff with Sam Raimi when it came to Spider-Man 3, how they wanted control of the stuff and they basically were botching his creative vision for their Sinister Six inspired storyline that they wanted. That's why we got and Venom and New Goblin because I think it originally was supposed to center around Sandman. All right. Let me continue on with this. In a song recording, Michael allegedly referred to Jews as leeches. Again, not my words, but reading from the article that y'all can see. Then the media labeled him worldwide as anti-Semitic. He'd never been called that before. It was also revealed that Michael had an enemy list of which Tommy Mottola appeared. For context, according to reports, the company attempted to regulate his music. As a result of this conflict of interest, Michael decided it was time to leave and label. It was time to leave the label to handle things independently and avoid giving them a larger portion of the profits. According to Medium's March 31st, 2025 report, he released the album Invincible in 2001 while waiting for his contract with Sony to end. He therefore looked for a way to terminate the contract earlier and informed Tommy Mottola, Sony CEO at the time. Okay. Meanwhile, Cadence Owens also claimed that Justin is reportedly facing similar issues with his music executives for the unfazed. TMZ reported on October 23rd that Bieber is reportedly thinking about suing his former financial managers for mishandling his funds. The Peaches singer has reportedly been furious for a number of years because he feels that his management choices have cost him a lot of money. Meanwhile, neither Bieber nor his representatives have said anything officially regarding his alleged issues with the music company. Okay. Wow. So that's what's going on with Sony right now, huh? I would have never thought Justin Bieber would be talked about, but here we are. Ooh, I heard some crazy things about Justin Bieber as well with the whole Hollywood scandal, and I kind of do believe that he wants to be away from Hollywood. I mean, just seeing the stuff about him, and you're like, ooh, yeah. All right, so let's go to Ghost of Tsushima. Actually, what better way than to look through Twitter? And if you guys see something crazy, just know that it's not my fault. This is Twitter after all, or X, and I'm literally searching up just Ghost of Tsushima, and then sometimes just stuff just finds you. Any news? Any news? Can I see anything like any news? Like what's the newest? All right, give me the latest scoop about things. All right, so you know what? This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it this way, bros. Okay, so Ghost of Tsushima, right? When I first saw the trailer for Ghost of Tsushima, I was blown away. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all were blown away too for it. And we were just all like, man, what is this game? Oh, it's by damn, I was about to say Naughty Dog. Yeah, it's by geez, my gosh. I can't think of the game company. I'm so terrible. I can't even think of their name right now. Oh, Sucker Punch. Duh. It's by Sucker Punch, and you're playing, the samurai. Well, yeah, you're the samurai going against the Mongol hordes, and you're like, bro, what is this? Then the more time went by, the more stuff came out, and you're just like, I was sold, dude. I was sold. I was so ready to play. I was like, man, you got stealth in here too. So I was like, man, I can't wait to do a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 4. Well, 4. Just a little bit of Metal Gear Solid, sneak my way through. Like, you get to choose, like, if you want to be like, you want to be more like samurai bound, or you want to be more like the ghost. And playing it for the first time and seeing just how impressive the graphics were and just how impressive like the historical accuracy was nothing short but legendary, man. That was a good. I mean, especially during 2020, the pandemic. I mean, we had honestly we had some good games in 2020. Doom Eternal, hello, Animal Crossing. I mean, I'm not into Animal Crossing, but a lot of people liked it. Of course, Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, there's that one other game that I forgot that came out in 2020. Last of Us Part 2 with Fat Geralt. If you guys ever seen Fat Geralt, Jinsekai. It's a damn good game. Yeah. Yeah. There. And Hades came out in 2020, I think, too. That was a good game. I mean, there's so many. Honestly, 2020 was a good year for gaming in a way. In a way, I don't I don't remember any. I don't remember a lot of bad games for 2020. Did Final Fantasy VII remake come out in 2020 as well, or was that 2021? Oh, then Resident Evil 3 remake came out as well, I think. Oh, ooh, yeah. Like I said, I see there was more good games in 2020 than there were bad. So I that was interesting. But resuming back to Ghost of Tsushima, just how it starts off, and you're just at that battle. I mean, no, not just at the battle, but just like the samurai, right? Lining up, and the Mongols are coming from the sea, and then one of the guys go out to the Mongols, and the guys like start talking. The guy just drinks the alcohol, spits on him, spits on the samurai, and just lights the samurai on fire. Like, bro, that's how you knew. That's how you knew, like, stuff was gonna get real. You're just charging forward, everything. It's just like it captures like the devastation, the seriousness of why Jin Sakai would go the route that he would go with being the ghost, and of course you gotta think about like the Japanese government. The Japanese government. What were they called? I mean, well, you gotta think about the Shogun. The Shogun being calling the shots there, and just the honoring tradition. I love that last boss fight. That was so. It wasn't heart wrenching for me, but the music. That's what. That's what got me, man. The music was just great for that, and how you have like the option to like either you know spare your uncle or basically execute him. They should have continued on with that, man. They should have done that. Why? Why are we doing? Why are we going 100 years after the Ghost of Tsushima when we know the Mongols come back? Why? That's just so. That's the type of stuff right there that doesn't make me think like there's good faith in there. I I do hope that I'm like wrong in a way. Oh, Greg has a thought. Okay, what's up? What's up, Greg? But while he's typing down his stuff, uh, I do hope that I am wrong. But since Sucker Punch is now an official branch of Sony, and we just know how slick Sony can be, and not in the good way. I have my opinions about it. Obviously, where I can't have trust in it. Why? Why are we passing up a good original character, a good IP that could? It doesn't even have to be like a major franchise, but it's so good. Like it literally it literally had the Japanese government literally made the people who worked on the game ambassadors. I hope Ghost of Yote doesn't falter. Don't they work way too hard, way too hard. But the thing is too, if it's not the game developers, I think the criticism will be with the actress herself, because the actress, she's she's turning people away from buying that game. Just the way how she acts. I'm not even trying to be funny that I understand like the whole feminism topic is hot for, and it's been hot for like years now, but the stuff that she was saying online, and how she was going against potential customers and fans, it's like, why? Just be quiet, dude. Just be quiet. Like let your skills speak for you, man. You don't need to be butting heads with people that are gonna be paying customers, or they're gonna be fans of your work. Yeah, you may be loud and proud and all that, but some people just need to learn when to shut up, bro. It's the same with me. I gotta learn when to shut up. I sometimes I get in my head too much, and I'm just like I get into like I just I get so frustrated with things that I say things that I don't mean to. But I'm not making excuses. This is important. If the game can be good, all it can be, but that actress, it's not even just the actor, but even Jin Sakai's actor was like that. I wouldn't want to buy the game. I wouldn't. That's me basically giving her my money. I don't want that. Anyway, uh, I think I think they changed the character in game two because the first game has two different endings. I understand that. I understand that, Greg. And obviously, there are games that, like for example, for MK1 remake, basically, you know, MK11 had two different endings. It was either Shang Tsung or Liu Kang. But then when MK1 remake came out, they acknowledged both endings. Like, oh, they're both canon. They're just in different universes. And I'm not saying they could do something like that. Don't get me wrong. I know that. But what I'm trying to get to, where I'm trying to focus mainly, is that yeah, you could have the two endings, but they could have continued on like which one is the actual true, which ending is the actual ending, and could have went on with that. I wish, I don't know, maybe they're trying to capture like that old essence of games right there. I don't know. I just find it really fishy that we're 100 years later and we're no. I'm cool. Actions speak louder than words. Some actors should just uh, need to shut up and let their skills and let their skills and let their skills speak and the way they play characters speaking. Oh, let their skills and the way they play a character speak instead of speaking for the media. So I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Jin Sakai was a true G. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, dude. Think about it. No, no, man. Look, trust me. Trust me. I know. Oh, I know. Uh, oh, yeah. That was dumb, honestly. They should have retired Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn. Yeah, they should have done that. They should have done that. I don't know why they brought back Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. They shouldn't have done that. It's like, come on, bro. You know these two guys are going to be the bane of your existence, and yet you're bringing them back. Okay. And now granted, it was MK11 Shang Tsung who twisted things up. I understand that, but still, just depending on which ending you pick in the first game would dictate how the second game starts. And you know what? You know what? We need more games like that where your choices matter. If you're going to be making choices in the first game, your choices need to carry on to the second game. We need more games like that. Perfect case in point: Mass Effect trilogy, from 1 to 3. Yeah, I know that 3 was more linear with choices and everything. I understand that. Trust me, I do. It's not like I played those games. It's not like I played that trilogy more than 10 times. But I want that, dude. I want that to be the norm again, where your choices carry over onto other games, and I think it's becoming harder. Well, it shouldn't be harder because Telltale's Telltale's with their Walking Dead games, they were able to you were able to upload your choices onto some kind of cloud or whatever, and then and import it into like season 4 of the game or something like that. So there's different ways you can do it. There's various ways you can do it. I know these games are taking longer to make. You can't really exactly do. I don't think I've ever seen a trilogy be completed in Xbox One, or I should say in last gen and even this gen so far. I don't think I ever seen a trilogy be completed. Last time I seen a trilogy be completed within a gen was 2 gens ago, but I could be wrong about that. Uh, dictate how the second game starts, so they changed the time period to make Jin a myth. Yeah. Everybody wanted Onaga back, but tried to force it into a Deadly Alliance adaptation. Oh yes, Onaga. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't. I'll be honest. I'll be real honest. I I came late into the Mortal Kombat game, like Mortal Kombat versus DC. That was like my first Mortal Kombat game. Yes, yes, and I would not apologize for that because at least they still made the women beautiful, especially especially freaking Sonya Blade for MK versus DC. Have you not seen like? Okay, look, bro, you're about to get me on the tangent right now. I shouldn't have been playing this game back then, but that's okay. Hold on, hold on. I gotta find it now because they kind of used the same costume for her, but they altered it in MK9. I don't think I don't think so. I don't think they'll allow it. Oh, wait. This legit was in the game. I know you probably could barely see it, but this legit was in the game. Damn. If only I had like a better image. I don't know if y'all can see that well. But yeah. Yeah, you see what's kind of poking through her shirt a little bit, don't you? Yeah, that was legit in the game, bro. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. I don't know why I remember that. Actually, I know why. But yeah, I was real late. I don't think they were planning on making a second game. I don't know. I mean, that's true. They probably weren't. I don't think they needed a second game. And if they did, if they honestly, they should have just continued on with Jin Sakai. I meant writing wise, they shouldn't have been in the roster. Liu Kang at least depowered them. I feel like Liu Kang is just a stupid Titan, as they would call them in Mortal Kombat. I think he's oblivious or he's just stupid. I don't know. If I was Liu Kang, I wouldn't be doing such things. I'd be like, no, you're not gonna be existing. You're not gonna be existing. No, you're not gonna be existing. The first game was good. Was too good for its own good. Yeah. Oh yes. I think they should have just left it at that. It's cool. MK versus DC was better than both Injustice games. You think so? I like I liked Injustice 2 more than 1. But if I had to compare Injustice 2 to like MK, and I understand the the gameplay difference and everything, you know, way they're way apart from each other. But I don't know, there it was something magical. I will say there was something magical about Mortal Kombat and DC. And that's why I was like, what the hell is Mortal Kombat? And then Mortal Kombat 9 came out and I saw my girl Melina and I was like, whoa. I think that's what started. I think that's what got me into liking the Monster Girls. It's probably more likely it was Melina. Anyway, uh, Gears of War, bro. You want to talk about some Gears of War? I'll talk about some Gears of War review. Coltrane's Battle Whole Grain, baby. Woo! That's Coltrane. That's Coltrane from Gears of War 3. I love that Easter egg. My first MK game was either Armageddon. I wish I played those games to be honest. I mean I can, but I wish I played like back in its heyday. That game does have great designs, especially Wonder Woman, Catwoman. Oh, I'll be honest. I don't like Katana's attire in MK versus DC. I hate it. I absolutely hated it, especially when I was younger. I hated it. And I know I didn't have a taste for style or design, but I knew I was like, I hate that attire for her. MK9, a lot better. Still don't like it, but a lot better. But oh, Catwoman, Wonder Woman, Sonya Blade. I was kind of experiencing some emotions for the first time. My homies had that stuff when we were kids. Dude, yeah, back then was so good. Sonya MK versus DC outfit looks like her Deadly Alliance attire. Oh, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do kind of remember something like that because I did used to watch like the videos like the of the endings and stuff like that with MK characters. Yeah, so really, honestly, it was a Deadly Alliance attire. Then it went to MK versus DC. Then they kind of brought it. They kind of redid it again at MK9. Yeah, because it was an alternate attire. It wasn't her default. It was an alternate attire that they used for MK9. My game was Dead or Alive. Yeah, yeah. I wish I wish I kind of cashed in the Dead or Alive beach games. You know what I'm talking about? The one with the girls and her. I kind of wish I kind of cashed in on that too. I'd be like, because it was just it's so surreal nowadays. Nowadays you're like, bro, I can't fathom that. But back then it was like, yeah, no, that was a real thing. You probably get some weird looks, but at the same time, this is back when gaming was, it wasn't. I mean, it was. It's not as mainstream as it is now, but still, it was on its way. Liu Kang was a bit too forgiving. Granted, I do like him better as a god, but they keep making these orc. Yeah, yeah, they do. They do. Injustice is good stuff. Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I will say some moments in the comics were pretty stupid, but the gameplay. Oh, bro, when I saw that you were able to play as my boy Scarecrow, I was so happy. I was just so surprised. I was like, I know who I'm gonna be playing as. I love playing as Scarecrow. MK9 Deception Katana had my favorite designs for her. I would say 9. I I'll say this. I'll say this. MK I'll say MK2, MK3, and MK9 katana. I would say that. I'm not really. I haven't really been like. I'm sorry. I haven't really been a katana fan like that. I know. I'm not saying you're like a katana fan or anything, but well, I don't know if you are to be honest, but I don't know. It's just I'm kind of hard pressed. Like, do I? But definitely MK2, MK3, and MK9 katana attires were probably one of the better. Maybe MK10 if I can remember. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is popular opinion, but I think the MK series should end it off with MK11 after DLC for that game. I just feel like it was a good conclusion to story. I feel like they should have never made MK11. I think they should have. I think they should have like try to go more of the route of like Deadly Alliance after MK10 because everyone was speculating that Shang Tsung was going to come back, right? Everyone was especially in one of the characters' endings, Shang Tsung came back, and actually some of the actually no, now that I think about it, some of the endings in MK10, like character endings in MK10, were kind of connected because the whole Shang Tsung thing that was going on. So that's when people were like, "Oh, Shang Tsung's gonna be coming." So they should have done that after you take care of Shinnok. Here comes Shang Tsung back with his whatever. They should have done that. They should have done that. They should have never done that whole time traveling bull crap. Let's get back into some Deadly Alliance. Oh, he brought back, oh yeah, we know that Shinnok dies in MK10, but this is Shang Tsung we're talking about. So he could have done something to bring back Quan Chi. Did I say Shang Tsung? Did I say whichever? Quan Chi. He could have brought back Quan Chi. They would have had this alliance. Like, okay, you scratch our back, I scratch your back, and there you go. Have Deadly Alliance. They should have done something like that, bro. Instead of doing this, Chronica, the Titan of Time, and yada yada yada. And also, we're not focusing on the new generation, even though that's where we're supposed to be going off anyway for MK10. When you're bringing, I was like, why would you not? Why would you just focus on this new generation for one game, and then it just focuses just mainly on Jackie Briggs? Why? We need to bring back Takeda. Bring back. Well, they did, but he's DLC. But bring back what's his name, Jun Lao, or Jun, whatever the hell his name was. The boy with the arrows. Scarecrow was also voiced by Freddy Krueger in Injustice 2. Oh, okay. A lot of people did like Katana's based off of MKX. Ermac's ending. Yeah. They should have also. They should have. They also were going to make Goro into the new Onaga vessel. That would have been cool. In the MKX comics. Yeah, dude. The MKX comics were like pretty damn good, dude. As far as I can remember. Chronica and the Titans are also a major retcon to the Elder Gods. Yeah. 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 Yeah, they are. And then when they started saying the Titans, I'm like, what? I was like, we're talking about Elder Gods, bro. Kung Jin is Kung Lao's little. Yeah, Kung Jin. Thank you, Kung Jin. Wasn't my ideal player, but some people liked him. I would say that, but I was more of a Takeda and Jackie Briggs, but more Takeda though. And now it's like Jackie Briggs is like, I don't miss her at all. She's just gets my nerves. Like thank you for bringing back my boy Takeda. Thank you. He was like probably the cooler. He was like probably the only coolest one within that gang. Other than Aaron Black, of course. Aaron Black was a good one too. But yeah, I think the only two good characters of the new generation, quote unquote, was Aaron Black and Takeda. The freaking Tora Fair or whatever, that they sucked. Nobody cared for them. Kung Jin, he was okay, but Jackie Briggs, she, you know what, she was good. I'll be honest, she was good, but she didn't have, in my opinion, she didn't have that traction like how Takeda and Aaron Black did. No way. Because the Elder Gods and the One being were the only ones to exist in the void, then that led to the creation of the universe. Look, I'll be honest, I'm getting like confused with that whole Elder Beings and Titans and all that. They convoluted the whole storyline, in my opinion. And then they try to make it like in MK11, like, oh, we've been fighting against each other for so long with writing in Liu Kang, and it's like, what? What are you talking about? Like, no, dude, you guys are reaching. Also, I really like about the Combat Kids. I'm mixed about the Combat Kids, but man, did both MK11 did them somewhat dirty. In fact, why didn't they go with the whole next generation approach for MK11 all the way? Yeah, because they're scared. It's the same thing with Shujinko. When I was reading into the whole Shujinko lore and stuff, where what game did he come back? Did he make his debut in? I can't think of the game, but when I was reading into it, it was like, oh, Shujinko's supposed to be the new Liu Kang and everything, but then all of a sudden you never see him again until like literally MK1 remake. And even then, he's like a very, very small part in a game. In MK1, okay. That was the original story until they introduced the Titans as higher beings than the Elder. Oh. Fun fact: Kung Jin was also gay and wasn't forced. Didn't know that. Don't care. MK Deception, he was the protagonist. Okay. And Shujinko is an Armageddon story as well. Oh, okay. Okay. See, I'll be honest. I told y'all I don't know much about the whole thing back then, like that. Which makes sense though, because Armageddon, what at the time had the largest roster at the time, right? Because yeah, I think it did. Uh, Shujinko means protagonist. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, it's like, had you heard of Taven? Let me look up Taven because it does sound familiar. Let me look it up. I might know it. I know of Cobra, and of course me and he seems familiar. Taven seems familiar. Was he like was he some sort of like Tape. Let me see. Hey, hold on. Let me. Okay, explain Taven to me because I might. I think I've read about him. He seems very. Also, MK1 was the stupidest name they chose. They should have called something like Mortal Kombat New Beginnings or MK12, The New Realms. Yeah, they could have done that, to be honest. But they wanted to go back with the whole. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. Yes, Armageddon had all the characters at the time. Okay. Taven is one of the strongest MK characters actually. Taven's a demigod. Oh, okay. Okay. Taven. They gotta bring back these characters, dude. Like even I would never claim to be like a true fan of Mortal Kombat. Like I said, guys, I came to the game late, even though it's been 10+ years. it's been it's been 10, well, 15, 15 years, maybe close to 20 years now. Wow, that's crazy to think about that. Close to 20 years now, I barely know this stuff. But I'm glad I like learning about this. Taven, dude, Taven sounds cool. To be honest, I kind of want to read like not read, but I kind of want to watch some videos now. Oh, dude. Oh, since we're on, dude, I will say this. I will. I'm telling you guys. I promise you. When we go back into my childhood a little bit, maybe some things kind of make sense about me nowadays. This ain't good look. This ain't a good look for me at all. But I don't care. But I kind of remember this though. Where is it? Wonder if I'm gonna get hit for this. I probably am. Let me lower it for a bit. Rain, yeah, okay. Rain's half brother. Okay, yeah, that makes more okay. Because I was looking to Rain. I like Rain. Rain in MK9 was so cool. I loved his design in MK9. I kind of like. Well, what is his design in MK1 remake? MK11. Rain was also cool. I was he a character in MK11? I can't remember. This right here, y'all.
I'm Jade from Mortal Kombat. You know, saved Earthrealm from evil, yada
Oh
yada
my
yada.
gosh,
That was
I
tough.
miss this era
But
of
now
gaming.
I'm ready
I
for some
do.
real competition.
I
Here,
do kind of remember
write
this
this
though.
down. I'm 36, 24, 36. And
I should
I'm a
have.
Scorpio.
I don't know.
Got it? Winning Girls Gone
Rain's
Wired
DLC in
isn't
MK9.
just
Yeah,
about a pretty
I remember
face.
that.
You think Pamela Anderson can high kick a guy into rotating saw blades? I've got the brains, the brawn, and the polygons to win this thing. If I have to break every one of you in half to do it.
Oh my
So vote for
gosh,
me,
dude.
Jade.
This can't. I can't believe this, dude. we come. We come from some wild times, didn't we? Then there was oh my gosh. Then there was like one of my favorite ones though. I don't know if I could find it. If I do find it though, I'll be so happy, and I wouldn't mind showing you guys it too because it's very well made art. It's very well made art. Ah, here it is. Wow, why don't you look at that? I believe this was actually official art too for the whole Playboy thing. Ooh, gotta be careful. Hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah. All right, cool. I think this was like official art too, which is crazy. See, his story was far better. His story was better though. But Tavin's dad, the god Argus, had an affair with Rain's mom. Uh, those Rain that's how Rain was born. MK Deception J also had a good design too. Bro, I'll be honest. I think like going back to like the early days of MK, like my time, like early days of MK, it was weird times, bro. Like after I played Mortal Kombat vs DC, that kind of was like a gateway. Like it opened up. Like I started wondering like, what the heck is Mortal Kombat? And of course, I was more impressed with Scorpion and Sub Zero. Again, it's my first time playing Mortal Kombat at the time, and I was just going, going to Google, da, 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 da. And I kind of like come across some like artworks and all that too, and like really cool stuff. And this is like, it wasn't like nothing crazy, but I I think that's how I stumbled upon the Jade trailer, and then also this as well. It's crazy to think like this is so awesome though. Really? That's on the loading screen? For real? You're messing with for real? MK Armageddon, Shaolin Monks, and the movies were my introduction. The movies. Right, right, right. And then the movies. That's how I got into uh yep. Then no, I'm sorry. I watched the movies on Netflix, the early Netflix, like when you still had to receive movies in the mail early Netflix. Uh Retro gaming, man. Yes, dude. Bro. Retro that attitude era. Bro, I want to bring back the attitude era from gaming, man. I do. I don't even care about like I don't even care about like oh, you want to show not loading screen, but the main menu for the session room. You're for real, bro. I didn't know this. I thought for this whole time this was like for Playboy magazine. Because of the whole thing that was going on at the time with Playboy with trying to, bro. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting so distracted. That's okay. I'm kind of a bad influence. Just kinda. Anyway, I kind of Neff, Neff. We gotta do something like this. We gotta do something like this for our cat for the cat girl. We gotta do something like this for the cat girl. Anyway, look, it's already bad enough. Melina is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. It's already bad enough. But anyway, where was I at, guys? I'm distracted. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time. I'm having too much fun. Oh, right. So the movies, what I didn't know there was movies until like Netflix was on the 360, and I was watching. That was some crazy times. I miss when Netflix had the. I miss when Netflix and the 360 had like the watch party feature on there, where you can have a, as long as your friends had like obviously Netflix, you guys can have a watch party with the movies or shows that are on. I miss that feature. That feature was so ahead of its time. Anyway, I I don't know. Actually, I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, yes, this is my favorite character from Mortal Kombat, Melina. I believe wholeheartedly this is the reason why I like Monster Girls. I, I don't care. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. She's better than Katana. And everyone's saying, "Oh, her mouth is hideous." Well, you know what? You know what? I can care less. She is a man eater. I know that. I'll probably die, but I'll die a happy man. All right. Yeah. Yeah. MK movies on Netflix. Yep. Yep. Yeah, they were. Of course, it was the first one and the second one. And I don't remember much of the second one. I just know that I hated it. I think the second one had Belina in it. I was like, oh god. Oh, you made me. You reminded me of the horrible Melina, the real horrible one, where she's not even a clone, or she's supposedly a clone of Katana, but she's black. And no, that's not me saying like, oh, she's black, so she. No, I'm serious. Like that new Mortal Kombat movie, live action. I mean, the one with Kano being like the Kano dude. Kano was really awesome in that movie. That's the only thing. That was the only good thing about that movie was Kano. But everything else, like with when I saw Molino was in, I was like, what? See, okay, okay. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. Finally, someone with some common sense in here. MK Annihilation was so bad, acting wise and story wise, but I like the music and action. That was the second film, right? That was the second live action film, right? Or was it the third? What the hell was it called? Nitaro was done worse. I don't remember Nitaro being in there. I got it. Whew. I missed the old MK opening animations, like the opening to oh yeah, that was back in my early experiences with Mortal Kombat 2 as well. When I after Mortal Kombat DC was looking at the Armageddon. Oh, oh yeah, and also like look up the Mortal Kombat theme song. Test your might. Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun. I don't care. That soundtrack's still good to this day. Oh Chinese ninja warrior with a heart so cool. Mortal Kombat 2021. Okay. Yeah, MK Nation was MK2 at the movie back. Okay. I told you guys, I barely remember. Let me look at this. Natara. I barely remember her. I wasn't General Reiko in there too? Oh wow. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing her now. Oh wow. She looks nothing like Natara other than just the wings. I think she had like a really crazy death. I don't know. I don't know. I do kind of like the attire a little bit, just a bit. If only they tweaked it a little bit more to have that leathery, like that badass leather style to it, like how she did in her original appearance. Oh man, I dude, Natara, like original Natara, she is so cool. I hate Megan Fox and Tara. It's terrible. What was her original lore? Like this, dude. Like, yes. This is what I want. This is what I need to start. I need to start doing stuff like this. I need to start doing stuff like this, making female characters look like this, dude. I don't mean I'm not saying I doubt myself, but if there's like one thing I like heavily criticize myself on is like not making better designs for female characters. Where was I at? Oh yes, I missed the old MK opening animations, like the opening to Armageddon. Oh, I talked about that more. Oh, damn, I'm repeating myself here. Uh, Liu Kang as a zombie cracking his neck always gets. That was so cool. That was so cool when I first saw that. I was like, "Who's this guy?" Yeah, Nataru's appearance was so bad. She was a winged vampire cut in half by Kung Lao in the 2021 movie. Yeah. Okay, hey, guys, for my Mortal Kombat experts, hey, wasn't Nataru like a good character, right? Was she a good guy? But she just looked evil? Or am I just wrong? Those intros from the 3D games were always awesome. Yes. I know. I remember Flaming Claws showing me a couple of them. I mean, I experienced the Armageddon thing by myself, but I didn't know about Deadly Alliance and Deceptions. They were cool. Shaolin Monks, Armageddon, Deception, they were all amazing. Oh, Shaolin Monks, yes. Natara is a vampire from another realm and used Cyrex and Reptile during Deadly Alliance to help restore her realm. No, she was evil, just pure vampire from what I remember. Oh, okay. That's even better. Yeah, if I, I mean, I'll be honest. Natara is mostly neutral, not evil, but not good either. Uh, she cares about her realm though. Oh, okay, so she's patriotic for her realm. She does what she needs to do in order to keep her realm. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so she's like what, a chaotic neutral, basically. You're not wrong, but that's a lot of the characters being neutral but still want to kill you regardless. I don't know. I don't think there's like a lot of neutral characters. Well, then again, I was late to the games. I said Gears of War for a trilogy on one single gen. Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. Did I pass you up on that? Yeah, Yeah, Mass Effect, Gears of War trilogy. Hell, not even just a trilogy. They even released Judgment. So technically, so basically, they have 4 games. They released 4 freaking games on a gen, and then it was Gears of War 4 and the dreadful 5. We had Deadly Alliance. That's what's up, bro. One of my antagonist female characters is based off both Melina and Princess. Oh, bro, you can't be going to that Azula route. Y'all need to calm down with that Azula route. If you okay, you want to bring Azula, I'm gonna bring Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Like, okay, you want to be inspired by Azula? I'll bring in Joffrey. See how you guys like it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But unlike Azula, she is not pure evil because when it comes to some of her family members, she cares for them. Okay. Most characters in MK have killed, but Natara wasn't cutthroat or unreasonable to work with, but a little manipulative. Look, bro, all I'm saying is that a young D Rhino, if a young D Rhino would have played this, like played old school, not retro, but like just the 3D era of Mortal Kombat, and it would have been over. It would have been over. Natara and Melina, hello. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Yeah, I need. I can see why. Yeah. Oh, just. I say a character they don't give too much credit is Scarlet. Use her. Oh yeah, Scarlet was cool. She was cool. Then they messed her up at MK11. Oh, oh my gosh. What the hell did they do? Oh, I know what they did actually. They were trying not to offend people. That's why. They were trying not to offend people. Hey, Flaming Claw. Remember when you used to say to me that they weren't gonna bring back Melina? And then I said they're totally gonna bring back Melina. Good times. Good times. I told you. I told you, you son of a gun. I told you that they were gonna bring her back, and they did. Have you seen Lee May and Tanya's outfits from Deception? Oh, Tanya. Woo. Tanya? You want? Yeah, yeah. We could go. We could talk about some Tanya. Man, I liked her. I liked her outfit at MK10. To be honest, that was my first time meeting Tanya. I was like, "Who is this Egyptian lady? I like her." Then I saw how flexible she was. I was like, "You're not helping your case. It's only getting worse. Well, better. I mean, yeah." Right. I like 5 better than 4. Really? You like 5 better than 4? Seriously? I mean, okay, look, gameplay wise, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I never beat the game though. I never beat 5. But I did like the semi open world stuff. I like that. They need to keep that in. That's actually pretty dang good. But the narrative wise, storyline wise, I couldn't. That's like, I'll be honest. There's only 2 Gears of War games I haven't beat. It's Tactics and 5. 5 just, it pissed me off. I'll be honest. It pissed me off. I couldn't. I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I can't. But Tactics, I gotta get back into. I do. But I, what I miss about Gears of War is that I miss how dark it was. I miss how gritty it was. I miss how horrifying it was. Gears 1 and 2 did that well, but Gears 1 did it much, much better. I remember when I was playing that game and I would be like legit scared at times. Oh no, I'm like, oh, like when like you're in that old factory. You're in that old factory area and you got the lambent wretches all around. And then you get to that one part where you gotta carefully walk on the floorboards, or it'll break underneath you, and you'll be like swarmed and mauled by by those things. Oh, oh, dude, talk about being or about the krill when the krill first came around, or better yet, your berserker. Encountering the berserker for the first time. Woo! See, yeah, I remember that, but now she's a good guy, surprisingly. Ah, yeah, Natara being a good. I mean, Natara just the I call it the Megan Fox Natara because it's not. Oh, just hate it. I just hate it. She does not look good. Gears 2 and 3 are classic, bro. Bro, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. I lived. I'm basically an OG, just like you, man. I'm basically an OG with Gears. No one could take that from me. I prefer Gears than Halo. If we're talking like Xbox exclusives, I'm talking about. I take Gears over Halo anytime. I wish they bring back Shaolin Monks. Would love to play that game. Love to play that online nowadays, especially with you, cause no doubt we go crazy. Yeah. I walk up on you. Well, hello, Tanya. I think you got the once the answer button inside your car. So what? What? I didn't like 4 because I didn't like fighting robots. I thought, oh yeah, no, I get it. But here's my thing. I'll be honest. Even though I like 4 just just a bit, I didn't like how they brought back basically the locust, but they're called a swarm now, but it's basically still a locust. I'm like that. I was like that. There's no point. There was no point. There was no point to that. That should have been. We should have had like. I mean, the robots would have. I think this should have been more like a Civil War type thing with 4. But honestly, I mean, if they wanted to go ahead in the future, I mean, but and it would make more sense too to go that way because of the whole pendulum war stuff that happened with the emotion and everything. But now that everyone knows that the emotion literally makes you freaking sick and also turns you to freaking monsters, it would be over like some sort of new resource or whatever. I could see that happening. But honestly, 4 should have been like E Day. I know E Day's not out, but 4 should have been like E Day, where it focuses on Marcus Phoenix and Dom during the early years of emergence day and all that. It should have been that way. Or better yet, we can actually focus on other characters that were mentioned in the comics or whatever and go, have that story. I was playing Gears in the high school days. Man, I was elementary. my dad my dad didn't really care what I played. What about Dead Space, bro? That was another game I felt fear for back when I was younger. I couldn't. I played the demos of Dead Space 1 and 2, and I was like, nope, nope. I'm not touching this game. I'm not playing this game at all anymore. Even though it's a demo, I am not touching this game. I cannot play this game. But I could play Fear though. I could play Fear 1 and 2 just fine. But Dead Space, I also wouldn't mind Armageddon nowadays too for the custom characters to return. Oh yeah, yeah. That was a thing. Gears was special. Hell yeah, it was. Hell yeah, it was. Now these people are gonna try and tell me. I hope not, actually. But I swear, I want a mother effer to try and tell me how Gears was like back then. I wish they would. I'll come back at them like, what? What'd you say? Oh, I'm sorry. Were you there? Were you there day one with Gears of War? Were you? For real? Okay. Let me see those achievements. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have those. You don't have those achievements that actually tell you what year you got it and everything, right? Huh? Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting. I'm kind of getting. I'm kind of going to Fantasyland there. Afro Samurai. The game was mine. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't play again. I didn't play it back then, but I played it nowadays, and it's fun. I seen it. I mean, I remember when it was advertised and everything. I wanted to play it, but I never did until like years later. They had to figure out a way for us to get the Xbox One. I was cool with 3, to be honest. That beast mode was awesome. I wish they added more monsters into beast mode. They should have done that. Or hell, the old Transformers game. Oh, bro, I got the first, well, not the very first, but I got the first Michael Bay Transformers game right here. Literally, I'm literally looking at it right there. But the best one, the best like Michael Bay Transformers game, and I say Michael Bay Transformers game, not the Ultron one. Ultron. Was it called Ultron? Yeah. No. Yes. I can't remember what the home world was called for them, but I haven't played those ones. Well, I played the demo. I played a multiplayer demo for one of them. That was fun. But the second Michael Bay Transformers game multiplayer was so freaking fun on the PS3. Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. I don't know if any of y'all. I don't think a lot of people had the privilege or thought it would be good. But I promise you, the multiplayer for Revenge of the Fallen was so freaking fun. Let's see. Emulating those games from PS3 and Xbox 360 are easier nowadays, so playing the old games is much better. I want them to bring back these old Transformers games though for the online to battle people online Transformers 2. Afro Samurai, the game was great, and so was Transformers Devastation. I forgot about Beast Mode. Or, I mean, Horde was. I mean, don't get me wrong, Horde was a lot better in 3. But it still wasn't my thing. Beast Mode, though, I could down some Beast Mode, man. That or Shadow, the DLC for 3, that was really good. That was a good DLC. One of the best DLCs I've played, along with Virgil's from DMC. I borrowed Transformers the movie game from Family Video. Oh my gosh, Family Video! Wow, Family Video. Does that? Hang on. I want to look at something. I want to look up something. Does Family Video still exist in my home state? Oh, it doesn't. Oh my gosh, it doesn't. Bro, what? Family Video. I missed it too, kinda. It was still thing. It was still a thing back. I mean, when I after I graduate, well, during my graduation of senior year, had a Little Caesars right next to it too. I wonder if that Little Caesars still there. Hold on. Family Video stores to close. Wow. Wow. Imagination Station's still there. Okay. Wow. You're for real, dude. Dude, so many games back then rock. Dante's Inferno for me, The Darkness. I gotta beat that. I gotta beat Dante's Inferno. The Darkness 1 and 2, Operation Raccoon City, which I got work at. Yeah, Operation Raccoon City. I know a lot of people were kind of talking crap about that, but man, that multiplayer was fun. Hell, I even missed some of the old Guitar Hero games. Like, yeah, yes. Gears 2 is still the best. That stuff was just okay. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Especially with Coltrane getting on that most epic rant. How'd it go? It's like you're gonna be way down, dead down. You're gonna be so down you don't know which way is up. You come at me like, oh mommy, don't let the bad man hurt us. I would never forget when I would never forget when I was replaying that game and I got to that moment. Delta Squad is in your house, bitch. You hear that shit? my aunt, my aunt was like in the room. She's like, "Oh my god." They're going where I live, but I used to rent decent stuff back then. Yeah. Family Video put me on some truth. Put me onto some truth, bro. these these kids don't know. They don't know. I miss playing online with Dead Rising 2 back up. Dead Rising 2 multiplayer was good. I was so surprised. I was surprised. I wasn't even into Dead Rising like that, but Dead Rising 2, wow. 10 out of 10 would play again. The multiplayer, I mean. The multiplayer was so good, I didn't even care for this. I didn't even care for the story. uh what about Left 4 Oh, I can never forget my first time playing Left 4 Dead. I can never. This had to be like a few weeks or a month before I got the game for Christmas, and I was playing with one of my I was playing with my one of my dad's relatives, and I was like, it's a zombie game. I mean, obviously it's a zombie game, duh. But I was just so I was like learning like everything. Like, hey, what's this guy do? And like, oh, is this the hunter? You're like, no, that's not the hunter. That's just random. Like, oh, okay, so what's the hunter? And then just like, uh, yes, of course. For Left 4 Dead, I was happy when I got my Xbox 360 back then and played Left 4 Dead and Blink. It's still one of my favorite online games. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Nowadays, I got Steam Deck and PC to play it, and it's still just as fun though. If I want to go back to something, I'm not sure. Someone messaged me about it. Okay, never mind. We're good. I'm hungry. want a burger, to be honest. Nowadays, I got my Steam Deck PC, and this is fun though. If I want to go back to something, I go back and play BO2 Zombies, my favorite. I miss those days, dude. I truly miss those days. I just remember Gears 2 being special, better than the first one. 3 had better movement count, but 2 had. Oh yeah, especially like the intro. You can't forget the intro to it, especially Prescott's speech. You were feeling that. You were like, "Yeah, let's go invade. Let's go to their home turf and invade." And then, well, the whole. Maybe I could show. Hang on, let me show a little bit of it. I might get hit on this too, but we'll see. Hold on. This, bro, this. One of the greatest speeches I've ever heard in gaming. You just had to be there.
Humans are no strangers to war. After all, we've been fighting for as long as we can remember. War is all we know. In the past, we fought for emulsion. We fought for country. We fought for freedom. But all that changed after E-Day. For 15 years, we've been fighting for our very survival against inhuman, genocidal monsters. But it is a fight. We can't unless we end this war now.
So why land down, Sergeant?
Carbine, Benjamin Carbine.
Jacinto's the one place it can't dig through. And land down's a perfect spot to hit them on their own turf.
Heard there's a shitload of grubs there, Sergeant.
More like 10 shitloads.
We had hoped the light mass bombing would decimate the Locust Horde. But they survived. And have returned stronger than ever. They've brought with them a force that can sink entire cities. Even Jacinto, our last beacon of hope through all these dark days, is now at risk. Soon we'll have nothing left to defend. And that means we have only one option. Attack.
Oh man, this is a great setup right here, man. You got the intro right here. You got your boys coming.
Gears.
Like enemy.
What I
lines,
ask
bro.
of you now is not an easy thing, but it is.
I have so many good at the moment. I think like
If we are to survive,
this, we were so hyped.
if we are to live long enough to see the seasons pass, our children grow, and experience
This was
a time of peace that we have never known. We
Understand what
must
me
now
and Greg were feeling.
take this fight to the Locust. We will go to where they live and where they breed, and we will destroy them. This is the day we take the battle to the heart of the enemy. This is the day that we correct the course of human history.
Oh.
Soldiers of the cog, my fellow Gears, go forth and bring back the hope of humanity!
Welcome to the big sock, Sergeant Phoenix. You ready to hit the road? You know it. Well, let's go chunk some bullets at them grubs.
that mission was something. That like you thought that was a good intro. I still consider that mission like one of the best intro missions. I mean, you had the tutorial. Let's see, no, you had a tutorial if you wanted to do the tutorial, but then you had like the whole hospital lockdown where you fighting against the grubs. But I still consider that part like part of the intro as well, because the whole point is like taking your boys to the to enemy lines, and like just stuff going on. Brumox got the freaking nemesis flying at you. The freaking locust using the grappling hooks to get on to hijack your stuff. Oh my gosh, man. That was some crazy. Oh yeah. Scratch one grub. This is what makes me wish this game was on Steam. They only Gears of War titles they offer is 5 and yeah, 5. I don't care about 5. Give me the classics. Give me the ones that actually matter. I remember 2 is perfect. I replayed it like probably 2 years ago. Still good to this day. Still good. I think, you know what? I think it's a good time to end this stream, y'all. Once again, I plan for this to be only an hour long, and Brink. I wish for another Brink game. I remember Brink. Brink had my attention. I wanted to play it, but I never got to. But yeah, I'm ready to lay it down. Well, take a shower, lay it down, and possibly make myself a burger, or maybe make myself a burger, take a shower, then lay it down. I don't know which order I want to go in. But it was a good stream, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I'm always glad to show off my cat girl. She's a fan favorite, surprisingly. And I don't know what to say other than just thank you for being here on this stream, being engaging, and just talking some good stuff and whatever. And yeah. Anyway, I'm going to read these final 2. I would get on Xbox 360 nowadays, probably to mod it for those games. 360 and PS3 was the best gen, in my opinion. You could argue PS2 and Xbox. I think 360 and PS3 were the last best gens. Hell, I'll even put Wii to it. I'll even put Wii with them too. Wii and DS. I would. So 360, PS3, Wii, and DS. I think they were the last good gen right there. Mine was a mix, but I love the PS2 for the unique titles they had during PS3 days. I was enjoying them online. The Wii was kind of cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was. All right, y'all. For real. I'm gonna end it now. All right, that's enough, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. Again, Greg, Flaming Claw, Neff. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot their guy's name. Jonan and Slash. It's good. It was good having y'all here. Very good. And anyone who's catching the repeat, thank y'all so much too. And see y'all later. Peace out. Ciao.